Herbicide resistance is a growing challenge in weed control, and for vegetation managers, it can feel even more difficult than it does in other industries. That's because vegetation managers have fewer best management practices available to combat herbicide resistance compared to their counterparts in crop production. For example, tillage, crop rotation, and weed seed harvesting aren't feasible, and multiple applications in a year are far from ideal, particularly on railroads or sites where access can be a challenge. But there's a lot you can do. Having a diverse weed control program is the key to managing herbicide resistance, and that means not just relying on herbicides alone, but a range of weed management tactics. The Weed Science Society of America has developed some great BMPs that can significantly delay and even prevent herbicide resistance from happening. Here are some of those BMPs vegetation managers should keep in mind. Number 1. Know your sites and know your weeds, and be sure to understand which weeds are the most difficult to control and most prone to herbicide resistance. Number 2. Always tank mix at least 2 effective herbicides with different sites of action. When you're choosing herbicides, it's critical to understand if resistance has already been documented on the site. Herbicide resistance has been confirmed with nearly all commonly used sites of action. Here's a rundown. This chart from the WSSA shows all the cases of herbicide resistance. For example, you can see how Group 2 herbicides have more than 150 cases of resistance, while Esplanade is the only effective pre-emergence herbicide with no reported cases of resistance. Number 3. Always apply products at the labeled rates and with the correct timing and application method. Do not cut rates. Always apply at least the lowest effective labeled rate for the weed targeted. Using an herbicide below labeled rates may increase the likelihood of herbicide resistance. This is particularly important when you consider herbicide tools like Esplanade. While Esplanade has a low potential for herbicide resistance, it's extremely important to use it wisely in order to preserve its effectiveness. Number 4. Trust the old adage, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Pre-emergence herbicides are a powerful tool to attack weeds early in their growth cycle when they're easier to control. But utilizing pre-emergence herbicides alone won't stop resistance. Number 5. You've got to get rid of all escaped weeds. Escaped weeds are the primary driver of herbicide resistance because they're the same weeds that may have survived your original application. So keep them from going to seed to help make sure you don't end up with an even larger, more resistant weed population. You can control escaped weeds mechanically or with an effective post-emergence herbicide tank mix. And keep in mind that effective weed control and herbicide resistance management go hand in hand. If you can maintain 100% weed control 365 days a year, then you've successfully prevented herbicide resistance. We're here to help you understand how a smart herbicide resistance management program can make a difference starting now. So reach out to a Bayer Vegetation Management representative today or visit us online